What's good, y'all? It's your boy Matt, your favorite CEO, fitness model, and content creator. Listen, man, men mature through pain, not through age. Men mature through pain, not through age. You see me, your boys out here getting this money. I just ran 4 miles, getting to it, back on my tour days. You know what I mean? And I need you to understand, if you never put yourself through pain, if you never go through pain, you're never going to fully mature into the individual that God created you to become. Every single successful person that you see, when you see a guy like David Goggins, if David Goggins never went through that pain, he would have never matured and became that individual that he is now, that hard individual. You're right? That mentally fortified beast that he is of a man. That's why he's successful. That's why, because he's been through shit. He's been through his own pain. Imagine if he never went through anything. Imagine if he never was abused as a kid and never had his story of going through that adversity, that massive adversity that most people wouldn't be able to handle the shit that he's been through. You know what I mean? And the stuff that he put himself through so he can evolve and fortify his mind and fortify his body, fortify his spirit. You know what I mean? He's one of the most unbreakable people on this planet. He's probably one of the hardest niggas that ever lived. And that's real. But he went through that pain, and that pain matured him, not his age. You know what I mean? Like, people think, oh yeah, just because you're a certain age that makes you mature, that don't mean nothing. You could be 35, 40 years old and you never went through any type of pain in your life because you had a silver spoon in your mouth your entire life, and you're not mature. You act like a child. I've met 40-year-old children. I've met 30-year-old children. There are guys that graduated with high school that's still on some high school shit because they ain't go through shit. They take everything as a joke. They want to fucking sleep with all these chicks and bug out and do shit that they're not supposed to be doing. I'm telling you this now. Don't confuse it and think that, oh yeah, well, this person's older than me, so they're more mature than me. No, because I'm 23 years young. You know what I'm saying? Thank God. And I have a very mature spirit to me. I'm a very mature individual. I'm a mature 23-year-old. I'm not focused on the things that most 23-year-olds are focused on. That's why I'm different. I'm unique in my own way, shape, and form, right? My mindset is focused on my vision, focused on building a better relationship with God, focusing on bettering myself and taking care of my family. The average 23-year-old is not focused on that. They're not mature. But that's all based on pain. I've been through my own shit that I don't talk about because it ain't nobody's fucking business. But that pain made me stronger. That pain matured me at a younger age. That's why I always hung out with older dudes. I always hung out with older people because I was always a mature young man. That's how I've always been. And that's how I always carried myself. I was always mature, and that's how I was raised. But I've been through my own pain. My pain's not deeper than yours. Your pain's not deeper than mine. But pain makes you mature. The shit that you go through, if you utilize that pain in the right way, will make you stronger, and it will make you more mature because you've been through shit. You've seen both sides of being happy and another side of being depressed and being, at the very, very fucking bottom. You know what I mean? But just because you're a specific age, I don't mean shit. I don't care if you pay more bills than me. Oh yeah, wow, you have your own spot and you pay your own bills, but at the same time, you haven't been through shit. You know what I mean? You don't know what it's like to go through adversity. Everybody goes through their own pain, right? But like I said, most of these guys that you see that you look up to, right? I look up to Jeff Logan. I look up to David Goggins. These are guys that are masculine black men that are living their purpose. Mike Rashid, Steph Cole. Like, these dudes are out here living their purpose, but they've been through pain. Mike Rashid got arrested, right? He went to jail. He went through his own pain. My mentor, Jeff Logan, he was homeless. He was 300 pounds overweight. He was broke. He struggled and still was able to find a way to take care of his kids, man. And look at him now. He's a multimillionaire. He's divine. He's successful. Same thing with David Goggins. David Goggins went through a lot of shit. If you read his book, Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins, read that book. I read that shit twice. I'm going to read it again this year so I can, continue to fortify my mind and understand that the excuses that you make based on the little shit that you go through is nothing compared to what this man went through. Y'all be out here making excuses for the littlest shit because you're lazy and you don't want to put in the work, when there's someone like him who's been through hell and doesn't make excuses and is out there putting in that pain because he utilized that pain in the right direction. He used that pain to strengthen him and to make him more mature as a man. That's why he's successful. That's why he's able to impact millions of people all across the world. You know what I mean? You got to do the same thing. Just because you're older than me doesn't make you more mature than me. And just because you're younger than me doesn't mean make me more mature than you. There are so many younger individuals that's younger than me that are more mature than me because they've been through more pain than me, and because they utilize that pain in the right direction to make them stronger. You know what I mean? Making more money than me doesn't make you more mature than me. Having your own spot doesn't make you more mature than me. None of those things matter. That's all material. The shit that you go through and you overcoming that and becoming a better individual because of that pain that you went through, that's maturity. That's mental resilience. That's courage right there. Being able to put your foot down and overcome these things. Like, it's not easy dealing with shit, right? A lot of people battle mental health on a daily basis, men and women. You know what I mean? And there's so many people who don't make it because they're not mentally fortified. They don't have someone in their corner and they don't fucking make it. They take their own life. You know what I mean? I need you to understand. When it comes to your life, you're going to go through adversity. You're going to deal with pain, and that's all right. That's a part of your journey. That's going to make you stronger. If you never go through any adversity, if you never go through any pain, then one day when you actually experience it, you're going to fucking crumble. Because you don't know what it's like to go through shit. You don't know what it's like to have a fortified mind of people talking shit to you on a consistent basis. People doubting you. People not believing in you. People putting you down. People saying racial slurs to you. A lot of you don't know what that feels like because you grew up with a silver spoon in your mouth. You've never been through shit. So you want to sit up here and judge everybody else for why they are the way that they are, but you ain't never been through what they've been through. You don't know what that person's been through. That's why I always check up on my boys, make sure everybody's straight, because you don't know what people are going through. You don't know what demons people are battling mentally in their mind on a day-to-day basis. You go to work, you see somebody with a smile on their face, that don't mean they're happy. You see someone on social media and they drive, $250,000 car, $500,000 car, that don't mean they're happy. You don't know what people are going through. The people who are the wealthiest, there's some of them who's not healthy. There's some of them who's not healthy and they're not happy. There's poor people who aren't healthy or happy. So you got to understand, man, listen, age does not have nothing to do with being mature. The pain that you go through, that's how you know if someone's mature or not. I need you to understand that. Men mature through pain, not through age. Women mature through pain, not through age. Every person that you look up to, even yourself, throughout your life, you're going to have to go through certain pain that's going to mature you, that's going to shape you, that's going to evolve you into this individual that's able to help others, right? How can I help someone with a certain situation if I've never been through anything in my entire life? Imagine speaking from a point of view where you've never been through adversity, you've never dealt with any pain, you've never dealt with any struggle, but you're trying to help people to deal with their struggles in their day-to-day battles. That doesn't make any sense. Imagine if I never worked out a day in my life and I made content on how to get in shape, but I've never touched the fucking weight. I'd never locked down my diet. That doesn't make any sense. You know what I mean? You have to go through some type of pain and adversity to be able to help people to go through certain shit. It doesn't mean you have to go through exactly what they've been through, because everybody deals with their own stuff. But just because you're dealing with something doesn't mean it's the end of the world. You might have been through something. It might have been hard to overcome it, but you're still here. You're still standing. You're still strong. You're on this earth for a reason. God put you on this earth for a reason. So don't fucking give up. Keep pushing. Keep making it happen. There are people who have been through exactly what you've been through and they overcame it. So that means that you can. It's not impossible. There are people who have been through 10 times worse than what you're dealing with. Think about that. Read David Goggins' book, Can't Hurt Me. Read the book from the first page to the very last page. And then you're going to look at your problems, your minute problems compared to what he's been through. You might, damn, I ain't been through shit compared to him. And it's not comparing yourself to him and your issues to him. It's like, damn, he went through so much and he overcame that shit. So you mean to tell me I can't overcome losing my job? You mean to tell me I can't overcome that heartbreak? Little shit compared to being abused by your parents and severe extreme shit like that. You know what I mean? Like, I need you to understand that. There are people on this earth who have dealt with way worse than you and overcame it. So you can too. Men and women mature through pain, not through age. Just because you're older than me doesn't mean that doesn't make you more mature than me. That doesn't make you better than me in any way, shape, or form. I don't give a fuck how many bills you pay. That don't mean shit. What have you been through? What do you believe in? You know what I'm saying? What are your values? Who are you as a person? Because I see a lot of 35, 40-year-olds still out here sleeping on all these chicks, being promiscuous, being stupid with their sexual energy because they got no fucking discipline. But you mean to tell me you're more mature than me and I'm 23 years young and I'm in a committed relationship and I'm locked the fuck in on my purpose? You know what I mean? You know how many 40-year-olds are not on their purpose? You know how many 40-year-olds are still in the club chasing after 18-year-olds? Come on now. You know what I mean? So lock in, man. Lock in. In your life, you're gonna go through shit. That's okay. But you're gonna mature through that pain. You're gonna mature through it. So when that pain comes, when that adversity comes, smack that shit in the face. Overcome it, step right over that shit. You got it. God created you. God would never put you through anything he knew you couldn't handle. Make it happen. Overcome those obstacles. Overcome that pain. Your boy, Matt Rodriguez. Like, share, and subscribe. I'm out.